Hello everyone, and welcome to Bye Bye Depression. This is your host, Dianna. This week, the theme for the show is sweet, and I want to start us off with the first song very quickly. This is called Sugar Water, and it's by Cibo Matto.
The velocity of time turns her voice into sugar water.
Hello everyone, this is Bye Bye Depression with your host Dianna. That was Sugar Water by Cibo Matto. This week you may have guessed, and I did mention, that our theme is sweet. So there's going to be a lot of honey and sugar themed songs, as we saw with Sugar Water. And that's a great song by Cibo Matto. They're actually a Japanese band, but they have an Italian name, which is very funny. They have some funny songs. That's probably one of their most normie songs. A lot of them are very weird. But yeah, so up next, I'll be talking a little bit more about the theme for this week. I was just sort of thinking about, what does it mean for, springtime has like flowers blooming, and it's when the bees start coming back in the hive and they start producing lots of honey so that we can, eat it. And fruit is starting to blossom and the flowers are coming back and all of these things. And so I thought it would be a nice companion to last week's, well, it wasn't last week, it was 2 weeks ago, the show was all about birds and springtime. And so this is about bees and springtime. So we have a little bit of the birds and the bees. But yeah, up next, very, very topical song, we have Hunnybee, Keep on Stinging Me by Dianna Ross and the Supremes. Enjoy.
Honeybee, keep on stinging me. Honeybee, keep on stinging me. When I first saw you standing there, temptation filled your smile. I had to hold on to my heart, but you were so persistent, you wore down my resistance. Now, honeybee, you're such a part of me. Honeybee, you stung the heart in me. Honeybee, keep on stinging me. You started a fever burning deep inside of me. Since you stung me with your sweet love, my whole life you've rearranged. My outlook on love has changed. Honeybee, you're such a part of me. Honeybee, you stung the heart in me. Honeybee, keep on stinging me. I'm shaking, so taking, ooh, good love, baby. Into my life like a breath of spring, came your love like the sunshine to stop the rain. Dried all my tears, darling, I've been blessed with your honey sweet love, and I must confess I love you still. Ooh, baby. This taste of honey you've given me has sweetened all my bitterness and finally pushed my fears aside. In return, I'll send in your direction all my sweet love and affection. Honeybee, you're such a part of me. Honeybee, you stung the heart in me. Honeybee, keep on stinging me. Honeybee, you're such a part of me. Honeybee, keep on stinging me. Honeybee, you stung the heart.
That was Honeybee, Keep on Stinging Me by Dianna Ross and the Supremes. Hope you enjoyed. Moving forward with our theme for this week, but not actually one of the rare songs on this playlist that doesn't have anything to do with honey or bees. In the title, this is My Girl by The Temptations. And to me, this song really represents springtime and joy and love, and it's got just such a warm weather feel to it. And right now, here in Dublin, it's an absolutely gorgeous day. The sky is blue, the sun is shining, everybody's out lying in the grass and eating their lunch and chatting and drinking and all that. So I love this song, and I hope you do too. Here it is, My Girl.
I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, I've got the month of May. I
that was My Girl by The Temptations. The next song is also called Honey. Actually, well, we had Hunnybee, and now we have Honey, and we're going to have lots more Honey songs. This one is by Drugdealer featuring Weyes. It's a very beautiful song, and I think Weyes just has a gorgeous, gorgeous voice. And I hope you stay tuned, because later on in this show, we will be having a Bee Facts section. I've done some research, and I've consulted with a bee consultant specialist, and I will be giving lots of information later on. But for now, I hope you enjoy Honey by Drugdealer and Weyes.
When you're not around, will people have their way with words? And you don't have to hear the sound to feel the burn. Will I get up and down and very close to people's lives? You've got some things you can't erase. Honey, I've got mine. I know that you want to be seen and to be heard. Oh, to be loved, it's not a crime. Money is the root of the game, what you stand to gain, but everybody's gonna lose their heads. So inspired, and you know just what that's worth. Most people know just what they want, but can't make it work. I know that you want to be free and to be wild, oh, to be hugged just like a child. Money is the root of the game. The problem with fame is everybody's gonna lose their
That was Honey by Drugdealer featuring Weyes Blood. I think it's a lovely song. And while we're on the topic of honey, I thought that I would give you some tidbits about bees. We'll be getting deeper into the lore later on, but for now, one thing is that bees have actually evolved 100 million years ago. So bees have existed for more than 100 million years. And one thing that you probably know is that bees are essential pollinators because they transfer pollen between the male and female plant parts. So like there's different plants or the same plant will have male and female parts and they don't necessarily touch. But in order to fertilize the plant so that it can keep going, the bees are actually a necessary go-between in order to allow that to happen. So if you think about it, without bees, there would be no tree sex. Another thing, this is an Ireland-specific fact, which is that Ireland has 99 different species of bees on the island. Many of them, about a third of them, are endangered now. And only one of them is actually the honeybee. There's, I think, 70 different solitary bee species, and then there's other worker bee, like other types of hive bees that do not produce honey or, that aren't very, they don't make anything that humans want to consume, but they are still very essential to the ecosystem. And so one thing that people have commonly misunderstood about the Save the Bees movement that's aiming to preserve the ecosystems and the species that bees thrive in is that when we think of saving bees, we think of saving honeybees, but actually honeybees are the most popular and widespread species of bee in the entire world because we like to eat their honey. And there are tons and tons of other bee species that actually pollinate far more flowers than honeybees, and they're very vital to the ecosystems that they live in. But because humans aren't as interested in them because they don't produce honey for us, we have really let a lot of conservation efforts for those species fall by the wayside. And so because I wanted to sort of mention this, because it's really important to understand in the world that we live in when everybody's so concerned about bees and this whole show is all about honey, that there are many, many other species of bee that are not the honeybee. And even though we associate honey with bees, that's actually a very small part of the picture. And I wanted to emphasize that before we get into the more whimsical and fun aspects of honey and sweetness and honeybees and things like that. So without further ado, I will give you another honey song. This one is called Tea, Milk, and Honey, and it's by OPEP. Here it is.
Take time, take all the time you need. Take time or you won't succeed. Worry about your health sometimes. Take time, take all the time you need. Take time or you won't succeed. I take time and I worry about your health sometimes. Don't ever run when you can't walk. Heard you yelling before you could talk. Thinking twice will lead you into a bad place. You gotta move fast to win. No space for time, no time for space. I ain't got what the human race need, no. I won't contribute to your polluted transaction. I've got places to be that ain't right here. If you stick with me, I'll make sure your time is alright. If you don't understand where I am now, it's better if we leave it. Oh wow, why don't you just walk to the hill with everyone we're going now? Why don't you come? I've been thinking about it. I've been worrying about it. Don't you get it? I've been says it's your loss. You don't know what you got. I know that you do, and that's what scares you. Why don't you forget about it? Go on somehow, we won't ever talk about it no more. Don't you get it? I've been fretting. I talk about it with my best friend. And my baby talks in a mile a minute. She sings like a church with a choir in it. She shoots for the moon to land on the stars and wakes up heavy with a sunken heart. Well, thinking twice will lead you into a bad place. You gotta move fast to win. No space for time, no time for space. I ain't got what the human race needs. My baby runs 10 miles to win it. She moves like her body's got a fire in it. She makes me swoon when she walks in the room. She wakes up early and she leaves too soon. My baby talks at a mile a minute. She sings like a church with a choir in it. She shoots for the moon to land on the stars and wakes up heavy with a sunken heart. She don't read the news on the TV. Team looking and you never satisfy me. She won't read the news on the TV. Team looking and you never satisfy me. She won't read the news on the TV. Team looking and you never satisfy me. She won't read the news on the TV. Team looking and you never satisfy me. She won't read the news on the TV. Team looking and you never satisfy me. She won't read the news on the TV. Team looking and you never satisfy me. She won't read the news on the TV. Team looking and you never satisfy me. She won't read the news on the TV. Team looking and you never satisfy me. Just breathe, no need to leave. I swear it was all in the plan. If you don't understand where I am now, it's better if we leave it.
That was Tea, Milk, and Honey by OPEP. I love that song so much. It brings me back to my freshman year of college when I would listen to it with my friends and we would cry together. It was very moving. I just think it's such a beautiful song. I was just hearing from my secondary bee consultant about actually specific programs at Trinity that have been designed to foster the pollinator ecosystem. It's called the Trinity Pollination Project. And one thing that they did was at the main gates in the front that's facing towards Dame Street, as recently as 2018, perhaps. I'm not entirely sure the year, but they basically have planted wildflower gardens in front of Trinity on the little patches on either side of the main entrance. And similarly, they've also instituted beehive projects where there was, back in 2017, there was an article, which I guess is sort of a long time ago now. There was an article on RTE, which is the Irish, national news website, about these bees that were producing honey on Trinity's rooftops. So that's a little bit of a fun thing, seeing as we're listening to Trinity FM, and I can give you a Trinity-specific fact. Speaking of honeybees, our next song is called Hunnybee, and it's by Unknown Mortal Orchestra. Here it is. Hello, everyone. You're listening to Bye Bye Depression with your host, Christiana. This week, the theme is sweetness and honey, and also bees as the producers of that sweetness in the wild. I hope you enjoyed that song. That was Hunnybee by Unknown Mortal Orchestra. And in relation to the pollinator aspect of things, our next song is called Nothing But Flowers, and it's by Talking Heads. Here it is. That was Nothing But Flowers by Talking Heads. I think it's a very funny song because it's actually, the history, the sort of the lore behind that song is that it's a little bit of a response to Joni Mitchell's Big Yellow Taxi, which like the chorus is like paved paradise, put up a parking lot. And so I think with Talking Heads, they listened to that song and they were like, well, what if it was the opposite? What if, you know, all of the world fell apart and then turned into like a wasteland that is full of nature? And it was, I mean, it's in the modern context, it's kind of an interesting song because it's all about how he misses, the singer in the song misses civilization because he misses like Dairy Queen and 7-Eleven and chocolate chip cookies because he has to forage for all of his meals in the wilderness. But it's a very interesting song. I really enjoy it. Up next, we have a song called A Taste of Honey by Paul Desmond. And what's special about this song is that it's sort of an instrumental jazz number. And as we get into that song, I'm going to be telling you a little bit about a special bee tradition, which is called Telling the Bees. And I'll start the song and I'll tell you a little bit about it. So, as we listen to Paul Desmond singing his little song, I just wanted to tell you about this beautiful thing that I found. There's an article about this actually. It's called, if you Google Telling the Bees, you'll probably find it. And it's all about how in 19th century New England, it was held to be essential to whisper to beehives of a loved one's death. And so telling the bees is basically the idea that during significant life changes and events, it's really important that you notify the hive, the local hive, or I guess your own. And the idea was that, you know, in New England, most people had honeybee hives in their houses. And what they would do is that, you know, they would notify them of marriages and deaths in the families. And so this is a poem that I'm going to read, which is by John Greenleaf Whittier. It was written in 1958, and it is about it's called Telling the Bees, and it's about this practice. And it's also about the return of a lover to his beloved's house after a month of being away. So here it is. This is Telling the Bees. Here is the place, right over the hill, runs the path I took. You can see the gap in the old wall still, and the stepping stones in the shallow brook. There is the house with the gate red barred, and the poplars tall, and the barn's brown length, and the cattle yard, and the white horns tossing above the wall. There are the beehives ranged in the sun, and down by the brink of the brook are her poor flowers, weed or run, pansy and daffodil, rose and pink. A year has gone as the tortoise goes, heavy and slow. And the same rose blows, and the same sun glows, and the same brook sings of a year ago. Here's the same sweet clover smell in the breeze, and the June sun warm tangles his wings of fire in the trees, setting, as then, over Fernside Farm. I mind me how, with a lover's care, from my Sunday coat I brushed off the burrs and smoothed my hair, and cooled at the brookside my brow and throat. Since we parted, a month had passed. To love, a year. Down through the beaches I looked at last, on the little red gate and the well sweep near. I can see it all now, the slantwise rain of light through the leaves, the sundown's blaze on her window pane, the bloom of her roses under the eaves. Just the same as a month before, the house and the trees, the barn's brown gable, the vine by the door, nothing changed but the hives of bees. Before them, under the garden wall, forward and back, went drearily singing the chore girl small, draping each hive with a shred of black. Trembling, I listened. The summer sun had the chill of snow, for I knew she was telling the bees of one gone on the journey, we all must go. Then I said to myself, my Mary weeps for the dead today. Haply her blind old grandsire sleeps, the fret and the pain of his age away. But her dog whined low. On the doorway sill, with his cane to his chin, the old man sat, and the chore girl still sung to the bees, stealing out and in. And the song she was singing, ever since in my ear sounds on. Stay at home, pretty bees, fly not hence. Mistress Mary is dead and gone. So that was Telling the Bees by John Greenleaf Whittier, and that concludes the song A Taste of Honey. It's a very sad poem, but I hope you enjoyed it. It's pretty beautiful, and I think that it's a really beautiful way of incorporating this tradition. While I was reading the article surrounding this poem, there was a little bit of detail actually that in an edited version of this poem, the original version of this poem didn't have as much detail about the practice of telling the bees, and Whittier actually wrote down somewhere that he realized that not everybody knew about this practice, and it included more specific details about it in the poem so that it would sort of be a record of this tradition, which died out pretty soon after he wrote the poem. So there's that. I thought maybe we would brighten up a little bit after that last song and play a song that I actually played on the last show, but I felt that I couldn't not play it again, and it's such a lovely song that I think nobody will complain too much. This is Honey by Samia.
Got a good feeling about this weekend. Do you wanna go to baby's? It's been a long week and I don't wanna think, and Porches is playing. I got my girls and a hopeful heart. They're singing along. Can you do no harm? Whatever you want, it's at the bar. Nobody's gonna tell you who you are. It's all honey, honey. It's all honey. It's all honey, honey. It's all honey. I wanna go to the beach and die on the beach. I wanna be a mermaid. I'm not scared of sharks. I'm not scared to be naked. I'm not scared of anything. From under here, all you can hear is the distant boom of the Hells Angels. From under here, all you can fear is being saved and being wakeful. And it's all honey, honey. It's all honey. It's all honey, honey. It's all honey. I'm gonna wear a little black dress in the middle of the street. Take my picture. And if you give me a beer, I'll forget to watch what I
All right, that was Honey by Samia. Second time, always the best song. Up next, we have a song called Warm Honey by WILLOW. I'm going to keep this short because I have another poem for you later on, and we are running out of time. So this is Warm Honey by WILLOW. As this song fades out a little bit, I just wanted to introduce the next song, or the next, poem that I'm going to read, and then we'll be having our final song of the show. So this is relevant to the next song. So as I mentioned earlier, I have a bee consultant, and one of my bee consultants, his name is Andrew. I actually don't know him in person. His full name is Andrew Hozier Byrne, and as many people as you may know, he has a tendency to talk about bees during his shows, and so I actually found a compilation online of Hozier talking about bees, and one of the videos I found was him talking about this process basically of wintering. So there are three types of bees three types of honeybees in a hive. There's the queen bee, obviously there's only one of those, and then there's worker bees, and then there's honeybees. No, then there's the drones, and the drones are all male, and the worker bees are all female, and all obviously is the queen. And so during the winter, what Hozier was telling his audience, and what is true, is that all of the drones are exiled from the hive, and they're left to freeze to death in the cold winter temperatures to save resources and energy over the winter, so that the queen bees and all of the worker bees can survive. So I thought it was interesting also that there is a poem about this, which I'm going to read an excerpt of. And this is by Sylvia Plath. So here it is. It's called Wintering. This is the easy time. There is nothing doing. I have whirled the midwife's extractor. I have my honey, 6 jars of it, 6 cat's eyes in the wine cellar. Wintering in a dark without window at the heart of the house, next to the last tenant's rancid jam and the bottles of empty glitters, Sir So-and-so's gin. This is the room I have never been in. This is the room I could never breathe in. The black bunched in there like a bat, no light but the torch and its faint Chinese yellow on appalling objects, black asininity, decay, possession. It is they who own me, neither cruel nor indifferent, only ignorant. This is the time of hanging on for bees, the bees so slow I hardly know them, filing like soldiers to the syrup tin to make up for the honey I've taken. Tate and Lyle keeps them going, the refined snow. It is Tate and Lyle they live on, instead of flowers. They take it, the cold sets in. Now I have to skip a little bit because I'm running out of time. Will the hive survive? Will the gladiolas succeed in banking their fires to enter another year? Oh. What will they taste of? The Christmas roses? The bees are flying. They taste the spring. So I ended up skipping a couple stanzas, but you can look it up if you want the full poem. And I just wanted to sign off very, very briefly. We don't have much time left. Thank you so much for listening to this show this week. The theme, as I said, was sweet, and it was very focused on honey and bees and honeybee production and all that's lovely stuff. But you might be thinking at this point, all of this talk of sweetness, and I'm thinking maybe it's a little bit too sweet. So I'll sign off with a comment on that.